Afternoon, everyone. This is Joe for Beyond the Chart, and we're going to talk about some key trade ideas, review some from last week, talk about some others for this coming week for the week of November 4th. All right, let's first talk about Quahu. I had some puts. I got out on Friday, and then I got back in. So it rallied. I realized, okay, I think we still could be in this correction, and I got back in at a cheaper price. So the ones I got out at, I made hardly any money, 3%, and then I got back in cheaper, so we'll see what happens. If I get a close above the high, I'll be out. The reason I'm so bearish on this stock is because it has had an extended move, and I think 5 waves are done. And because of that, I think we're getting ready to go back down. We've had one corrected, third wave up, which is wave 3, second impulse wave, then corrected. Then we had this big extended wave all the way to wave 5 here. Okay, and what happens is you have a tendency to the stock will correct back down to this level here, to level 2. And it'll do it like here, and then it could bounce back up, and then it come back down all the way into the wave 4 area. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. This first move down usually happens fairly quickly, which is why I'm still waiting for the other shoe to drop on Quahu. So we'll see if that happens this week. Apache got back in. I do think we're in a sideways correction. I think we're getting ready for another leg up. This, again, you can see we've got 1, 2, and I think we're in wave 3. Excuse me, wave 3 up. And we're actually in wave 3 of wave 3 is my interpretation. And so I think we've got the potential to really move here. And, where does, I've got this target up here of 110. That's coming from this head and shoulders pattern that I've got projected here. We talk about this head, this distance, and then to go the same equal distance, straight up. That's how I get to 110. And you actually can get to 110 by going to Fibonacci projections of you starting down here. I use the crosshairs help me a lot better. Starting with wave 1, and you go to the bottom of wave 2, and what happens is you say, okay, 100% is where wave 3 would equal wave 1 at 100%. Okay, so at least we think it's going to move up here to 95, and it's totally normal for a wave 3 to go to 161%, and now you're up into the area of where the target was for the head and shoulders. So to me it's a very reasonable target. Let's look at what's the next one to look at. I want to look at Mosaic. We talked about this last week. I said, look, if we get a close down here below and then a close, confirming close. So I'm looking for this to roll over. I'd like to see the blue line cross below the blue-gray line, which would be the 10 below the 20. And definitely, if this trend line gets broken, we've got another leg coming to the downside. Silver Wheaton, one of the things I talked about there is I said, look, if we get a close below a 2-day low, like the low of the previous 2 days, and it closes below the blue line at the same time, which is exactly what happened on Thursday, you should go short. So you could have bought puts right here at the close at 22.67. We closed Friday at 22.01. We've got a head and shoulders pattern here. So this is something that could easily, you look at this distance down, and that's the distance down that it's going to go. I don't know if I have that exact or not, but that equal distance is where this is going to go, so it should break out to new lows, which tells you that probably Silver Wheaton's trading in sympathy with silver, so silver is going down. Let's take a look next at Solar City. Solar City is in basically wave 1, wave 2. We're in wave 3 going up, so the projections on this as to where, if you look at wave 1, wave 2, wave 3 extended tremendously beyond this. So you sit back and say, okay, well, if wave 3 extended, then where is it going to go? Then you sit back and do the projection of the entire move of waves 1 and 3 together. and you add that to the bottom of wave 4, and because it's already extended, the targets become either 38% or 61.8%. That's why my targets short term for this next wave is 65 to 73 on this. And it could actually go higher because we're in wave 3. It could be stronger than that. You just have to see how the waves play out as we get into the move. I'm going to talk about Facebook next. Facebook, this has got an extended wave 3. You can see here the waves that we've got: wave 1, wave 2, and an extended wave 3. And just even visually, you could see the wave is so much longer than wave 1, and it's actually up around 200% of wave 1. And so when you get an extended wave, the correction has a tendency to be shallower. Okay, so if we come back down to here and we look at the retracement of, well, let me get rid of this first so we don't have too much stuff going on. Let's look at the retracement of this move from the bottom, wave 2, to the top of wave 3, 23.6%. So that's a normal shallow retracement, okay? We could easily say that the correction has happened on Facebook now, and that we've got a fifth wave up to the top. And very similar to what I just showed you on Solar City, we do a projection of waves 1 through 3, go back to the fourth correction point, and say, well, okay, where's this potential? 61 to 70, okay, is the potential for the next move on Facebook. And last but not least, Las Vegas Sands. Las Vegas Sands had two very normal waves, wave 1 and wave 3, and I say they're normal because wave 3 did not go beyond 161%, okay? And so now wave 5 could extend. It doesn't look like it's really extended yet, but it could extend. And so we have got the potential for another move all the way up here, a little bit higher. And if we look at, let's see, let me get rid of this. So we showed that. If we look at where could wave 5 go, because it hasn't extended yet, you go here to wave 4, and we'd be looking at a minimum of 100%, so a move up into like 70, almost $78 a share, and it could, if it extends, easily get up into the 90s. Okay, at 161.8% is a normal, not considered unusual at all. Okay, but just to even equal, so you're looking at a minimum of 78 on the next little leg up here on the Las Vegas Sands. So anyway, that's how we're looking. Those are the main ones I wanted to talk about for the week. So let's keep an eye on, hopefully Quahu will roll over like I expect. Apache will rise. And we'll see if Mosaic comes through to the downside, and if Silver Wheaton continues with its move to the downside also. So have a great week, and we'll talk to you on Tuesday. This has been Joe for Beyond the Chart. Take care.